If you are foundational Black American, I mean, if you are the real Black Americans based in America, this video is for you, right? A whole lot of protection is needed right now. Protection of culture, protection of yourselves, and all of that. Watch these videos, and I'll be back with the conclusion of what I want to see.
To all Black women of America, I want to express my heartfelt apology for the role that many white Americans, including white women, played in electing Donald Trump. I recognize the pain and frustration that this has caused in Black communities and the ways this outcome has undermined the rights, the safety, and the dignity of so many, especially Black women. I understand that Black women have long fought for justice and equity, not just for themselves, but for all marginalized communities. And your commitment to truth, resilience, and progress is truly inspiring. As a white person, I'm aware that part of my responsibility is to listen, learn, and actively challenge systems that harm and marginalize. And it's clear that actions speak louder than words. I'm still committed to doing the work necessary to help build a future where all voices are heard and respected. Thank you for your continued strength and leadership. I'm committed to being an ally in creating positive, lasting changes so that we can all live equally in this country. To all of the white women who let everyone else down, check back with me in 4 years. I'm sorry for your daughters. I'm sorry for your sisters that you made a choice to vote a convicted criminal into the presidency. You complain about crime committed by people who came to this country to seek a new life, but you weren't worried about putting a criminal in office again. You must be aware that he's about to use his power to save himself and to save every insurrectionist who was sentenced as a result of the insurrection. You are truly about to see what misuse of power looks like.
Other races are making weapons of mass destruction and taking over power, and Black people are fighting for holidays, hair, food, and music. Well, that's because Black people are not naturally destructive. As a collective, we don't want to nuke the planet. We don't want to blow everything to smithereens. We are actually nature's first choice. So we want to be at one with planet Earth. We don't want to destroy the ozone layer. We're not the ones spraying in the sky trying to block out the sun. We're sun people. Other types of people are barbaric in nature, more so in comparison to Black people, Earth's people. And fighting over food, clothing, hair, holidays, that's culture, babe. And for me, it's important to preserve my culture. I take pride in being a Black American woman. I do. I love being melanin rich. I loved Sunday dinners at my grandma's house when she would cook collard greens and mac and cheese and turkey wings. And I loved when we'd have fish fries when I'd go down south. I loved picking pecans from the ground that fell from the pecan tree in the outskirts of Augusta, Georgia, where I went every single year of my life to make pies. I love my culture. I love the way we dance. I love the way my hips sway to music. I love the way I wear my hair. I love how we dress. I love how we moisturize our bodies. I love the way we do everything, showers. I love my culture. So if we talk about preserving our culture, I'm not into ethnic erasure. And that's what a lot of people are trying to do to Black Americans. Now, I glanced at your page really quickly. I'm not sure where you're from, but I did see that you were in the military. So your perspective on nukes and weaponry is extremely vastly different from mine. That's your lifestyle. So I understand why that's on the forefront of your mind. And I get what's going on in Iran. Like, I get it, right? But multiple things can exist at the same time. Yes, we do need to be, privy, aware, and prepared because we're sharing the planet with barbaric people, destructive people. Two things can be true at the same time. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. And thank you for your service. I pray that you're okay if and when you get deployed. Make it home safely.
Black Americans, we have to stop posting our business. And when I say our business, I mean things that you feel like aren't personal, like your recipes, your family customs. we're constantly under attack where they're stealing our brand, our identity, our culture. So if you want to talk about boycotting, if you really want to talk about going on strike and starting a revolution, we need to start gatekeeping our customs and our culture a little bit better. And that includes social media. We got to stop posting what we're doing and our traditions. What do you think changes after the boycott, after no longer giving your dollars to certain people? Nothing changes. If anything, it's just going to make them more thirsty for our culture. So the moment we start sharing a little bit more of ourselves, they're going to take that shit and try to recreate it, try to twist it up and do it themselves and fuck it up for all of us. So that's all I got to say, is that we gotta gatekeep. We got to gatekeep moving on into 2025. And just permanently, at this point, we should have learned our lesson and saw that us being inclusive messed us up at the end of the day. We went through this whole woke era where we wanted to share everything with everybody, and look where it got us. Nowhere at all.
Hey guys, this is kind of an emergency. St. Louis, right in the city of St. Louis, the black part of town, is not being taken care of the way that they need to be. We need as many people, especially people who are connected, especially white people who are connected, to contact FEMA, to contact the leaders that are around St. Louis, Missouri, and tell them that there is a part of town that needs help. Their homes were destroyed by the tornadoes. There's still no power. Something about the city had told the federal government that things were fine. They're not. They don't have water. Just look it up. Google St. Louis, Missouri tornado 2025. Look at what is happening. One lady said that there's a part of town on nearby where the white people live. Trucks and aid and everything. In this little part of town where I saw aerial views where the homes were just simply destroyed. No help. There was not even a state of emergency called as of a few hours ago. So all hands on deck right now for this part of St. Louis, Missouri. The world needs to know about this. The nation needs to know about this. They need help. Please. I don't know what's going on with FEMA, or have they decided that the federal government's not going to help us with anything? Why are we paying taxes if our money is not going to go toward helping us? Why? St. Louis, Missouri needs help. They need help yesterday. Please do whatever you can. Please.
Think about what you guys are asking Black Americans to co-sign. You are asking Black Americans to co-sign people coming over here illegally, getting money, housing, food, education, and medical care, while Black Americans are the most homeless population in America. Y'all want us to go out there and put boots on the ground to help them stay over here, again, when they didn't come over here the right way, while our people suffer? What sense does that make? And the audacity of y'all to think that we should be out there doing that when y'all don't do it for us. See, again, y'all know we want reparations, and a lot of y'all that are protecting what's going on in Los Angeles, especially, and now all over the country, y'all tell us no. Y'all don't deserve reparations, but yet y'all asking us to go do something for you when you won't do it for us.
You know, I keep seeing all these talking points. Whenever Black Americans bring up anything, it's always boiled down from the other side when they half-ass listen, that it's somehow xenophobic, and now we're white supremacist talking points. But if we look at what white supremacist talking points are, it's centered around colonization, taking over things that they didn't work for and things that they feel that they're entitled to. Who does that sound like? Who does that sound like? Because it damn sure don't sound like no motherfucking Black American. It sounds like somebody like you who sits back and thinks that we as Black Americans shouldn't speak up for the cultural appropriation and the just shakedown that y'all are trying to do on the land that our people made very nicely and comfortable for you to come here. And all we keep seeing is y'all are saying, oh my God, this is division. Why is it division when we want to gatekeep? And I know some of y'all that are saying that are the same ones when you see a white girl wearing braids, y'all talking about that's cultural appropriation. So what is it that makes a white person doing it wrong, but when you do it, it's right just because we're all Black? No, because let's not forget, y'all were the same ones crying and up in arms because somebody didn't like fufu. Y'all are also the ones that come from a culture of skin bleaching, upholding whiteness, marrying white people for green cards. I mean, so if we want to talk about people that are close to wanting to be white and white supremacist talking points, why don't we just look at the people that voted for Donald Trump? Because most of the Black people that voted for him are not Black Americans. So once again, I'm really confused on why y'all are saying that black people setting a boundary with other black people is somehow white supremacy, when all I keep seeing in not only my comments, but other Black American comments is images like this and comments like this. So I'm really confused, because us saying that you're disrespecting our culture and that we're setting a boundary, you're hearing white supremacy? No, babes, that's you. Because you're the ones who are coming here wanting to infiltrate spaces that you see as just black because you don't think we have a fucking culture. And then you're trying to spin it and gaslight us and say, but when I was in kindergarten, somebody called me a booty scratcher. Go to a therapist and work it out. The colonization that y'all are used to in your homelands, we're not going to take it here because we didn't take it from the bitches that was here that, enslaved us. We fought back. And as much as some of y'all in the diaspora want to say that you are the ones who freed us as other Negroes that were enslaved in other lands, yeah, you're not going to colonize even our oppression either, because that's like fucking sick. So with that being said, Black Americans speaking up is not being white supremacists. It's setting boundaries against the Black colonizers. You're welcome.
Hey y'all, so earlier today, I made a video talking about the police presence in Black neighborhoods in DC and the targeting of those neighborhoods. And within that, I had a clip, and there was a guy, and he was talking about all the people presence that was out there. So he's like, oh, DEA, the police. He goes, HSI, and he seemed as if he didn't know what HSI was. So fast forward, I just see a video from DL Hughley, and it's more footage in that same, area, same neighborhood. And the cops pull up, whatever agency the guy was from, I don't know. But he pulls up, and he's like asking questions. And so the black guy's kind of like, well, why are you here? Did somebody call you? And the law enforcement official goes, well, you haven't been watching the news. You don't know kind of what's going on. And the guy's like, no. And he goes, oh, well, President Trump is tired of the crime, so he's sending us out, in the neighborhoods or whatever. And when the guy was like, no, he didn't know what's going on. No, he didn't watch the news. It really just bothered me, because we've got to do better. And I'm speaking to black people and black people only. So if you're not black, please don't come my comments with no answers or no comments. If your comment isn't, if you ain't supporting what I'm saying and you ain't black, don't come in here with that mess, because I ain't trying to do that today. So it was upsetting because we have to do better. And the fact that the first guy didn't know who HSI was, second guy didn't even know why they were there, even though it had been talked about the day before on socials. He did a whole press conference talking about what he was planning. He didn't know why they were even there. The guy smoking a cigarette on the porch. Cop proceeds to tell him, like, you're not even supposed to be smoking. I mean, thankfully, the cop was pretty nice and was trying to do some explaining. But it's pretty scary when y'all don't know what's going on and you're already breaking a law by smoking outside, which is a ridiculous law. However, when they're looking for a reason to come and get you, they're going to take any reason. And he got lucky that it was a guy who was like, well, you're not supposed to do that out here, and kind of let it go, because some of these cops are extremely overzealous and are waiting for any reason. Trump literally said in his press conference, he told the police they can do whatever they want, which means they have carte blanche to pop off anybody. So we have to do better as a people. We have to be watching the news, paying attention, and know what's going on, because no one is coming to save us. And when we are ignorant to the laws, ignorant to our rights, ignorant to what's going on, it only puts us in more of a place of harm. The bottom line is, I understand everybody wasn't raised watching the news. My household, between 5 and 7, 8 o'clock, that's all you was going to see. I mean, it just was non-negotiable, and it was going to be every night. So, of course, that made me be someone who I will go look at news sources. And I understand people may not have all been raised that way. However, we all have smartphones. You all have information at your fingertips. And if we can get on these stupid blogs and these gossip sites and everything else to talk about stuff, you can actually also use that phone to find information and make sure you are not getting put into situations that are harmful to you. There's no reason you can't have a news outlet, even if it's your local news station, as one of the people you're following, and see what's going on in the world. We have to know what's going on, because had y'all been prepared, you would have known they were coming to your neighborhood. Instead, they popped up on y'all, or you would at least been cautiously looking to see, and they popped up on y'all and then ended up taking, I want to say, between 10 and 25, I don't remember the number, people to jail. So, black people, we have to do better. We have to read books. We've got to watch news. We've got to know what's going on in the world. We have to vote. We have to do these things, and we've got to make the right decisions when we're voting. We've got to be aware so that we can protect ourselves. Because one thing I don't want to see is, because he's doing this, we now have people being that are innocent being unalived. We don't need this. And when you give certain people carte blanche, they run with it. Please do better, y'all. Please like, please comment, please share, so that people are paying attention. Maybe it'll pop up on someone's For You page, and y'all will pay attention to what's going on. Because he wants to do New York and Chicago on his radar as well. Everybody needs to be prepared. Protect yourselves, people, because it's serious out here.
Black people, this message is for you, and this is for women, men, doesn't matter. The LGBTQ group, if I got some letters wrong, forgive me, charge it to my head, not my heart. But please listen to what I'm trying to tell you. This message is for people of color, and in particular, Black people. I want to share that we need to be careful about how we react in these coming days, years, etc. Because the current administration has already shown us that there is a strong agenda to target, if you will, Black and brown people. Everybody thinks that this is about immigration and people not liking immigration, but that's not true. This ain't about that. They don't like any brown or Black people, just so y'all know. So knowing that means that we got to move differently in this season to stay safe and to protect ourselves. And this is how we're going to do that. Black women, no popping off at every little thing and every time somebody disrespects you in this season so that you can stay safe and out of jail. Just walk away. Just walk away. Let them have it. Now, if you haven't mastered the ability to be able to read people without raising your voice or escalating situations, because we already are labeled as angry and aggressive and difficult. And some of us are, but they are as well. But this ain't about them. This is about us. This is how we are going to stay safe. We are going to walk away and ignore certain things, especially when we're being baited. Okay? We already saw how the Ohio woman issued an apology because she assumed the Black man was, she lied and said that the Black man was chasing her when clearly he was not. Karens. It's going to be a lot of them coming out of the woodwork trying to make things difficult for us. So I'm trying to tell y'all, you need to be on full alert because it's going to be a lot of Carolyn Bryants yelling and screaming and acting as if somebody did something that they didn't do. That's how Emmett Till got killed. Oh, boom, boom. Ooh, sorry. That's how Emmett Till got unalived. Carolyn Bryant accused him of something that he absolutely did not do. So, ladies, gentlemen, and every other, if you are a person of color, this is your time to act accordingly and stay safe. Stop popping off. And when you get pulled over, make sure that you have your license and registration. Put your hands on the wheel. You get, do not act up. Do not act out. Shut up. Just be quiet. Because they want any and every excuse. Any and every excuse. In my hometown, a town in Texas, they said they're pulling people over for no reason at all. Any little thing. That's just a way for them to violate and disrespect them, because 9 times out of 10 in some places, Black people don't have their driver's licenses, they don't have IDs, and they don't have insurance. That's another thing. Take care of your business so you will give them no excuse. Make sure that you have your driver's license up to date. Make sure that you have a state-issued ID, even if you don't have your driver's license. Take care of your business. And make sure if you're driving a car that you have insurance. Get on your grind. So I'm just trying to let y'all know these are the things that are going to keep you bound and in trouble. And you don't want people to have to come to your house for anything. So protect yourselves in your homes. Because if they come, what's the other woman that recently was unalived by the police officers? We cannot trust the police. We cannot expect them to save us. And that's one reason why I would also tell you, get to know your neighbors, get to know your local law enforcement. At least know somebody, at least one person you can call if you have an issue that you trust. Yes, get to know people that are in some type of position of authority where they can help you if need be. That's how you protect yourself. Insulate yourself with people that are protectors. And this is very important for Black women who are single. You don't have brothers and you don't have fathers. There's a lot of us. I have brothers, but I don't have, my father's deceased. I am not married and you don't have husbands. Get you a community Build a community of women where you can look out for each other. This is the time when you really got to be having each other. We got to have each other's backs. We got to be looking out. So I'm telling you, this is how you're going to stay safe in this season. Mind your business and keep your mouth shut. My grandmother used to always say your tongue is your worst enemy. So stop talking too much. When you out, don't be talking and telling everything. Listen. And don't assume that everybody that's nice to you is your friend. It's going to be a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing. Pay attention. Be nice. I take that back. Be kind. But nice will get you poom poom, being too nice. Because people will take your niceness for a weakness. And that's what you don't want. So, again, in this season, we're going to have our business taken care of, driver's license ID, insurance if we're driving. We're going to shut up and we're going to use some restraint when it comes to popping off. We're not going to be talking crazy. We're going to let people talk crazy to us, but we're going to think before we speak, because 9 times out of 10, if somebody gets called out, it's going to be us against them. And right now, the laws are not in our favor. They're actually working against us. So, be encouraged. Have a good day, a good year. Stay prayed up. Because I don't care what they tell you about the gods that they serve. They're not serving Jesus Christ. They are serving other gods. So you know who has power and who has rank? Jesus is our Lord and Savior, the God of all gods and the Lord of all lords. If you are having a relationship with him, you can defeat anything and anybody. Just be quiet, move in silence, and listen and take heed to what I'm telling you. May God be with you all, and Godspeed for your safety. That's all I got. Like and share for more. Bye.
Black Americans have been in an abusive relationship with the United States since our most recent journey here in 1619. Yes, most recent, because of course there's evidence that we were here prior to colonization. Go read a book and argue with your mama, because that's not the point of this video. So we've been in an abusive relationship with the United States since 1619. And just like any person who's been victimized in a relationship, we've told the future girlfriends of the United States, they're an abuser. And you need to listen to us, because what they did to us, they're going to do to you. You know who the most recent girlfriends are? The immigrants. See, you all thought that you were special. Because see, just like what any abuser does, when they abuse someone and then that person leaves them, the next person they go to, they start talking about the former. Yeah, they're crazy. They don't know what they're talking about. If you hear them say such and such, they are lying. So they try to get ahead of the game. They try to taint your mind to make you believe there's something wrong with the ex. In our simple minds, in our arrogance, even in regular person-to-person relationships, we always think we're better than the ex. See, they're not going to treat me that way because I'm not like you. I'm special because they chose me now. And there's something wrong with you because they got rid of you, or they no longer want you, or they never treated you right, and they're going to treat me differently. And so just like with any abuser, they manipulate the new person into believing that the old person has done something wrong, has done something crazy, are crazy. And then they get with you and they try to convince you, they manipulate you. They get your mind off of what you need to focus on. So when you see the red flags, you don't really pay attention to the red flags. They're there, but you don't really see them because you're making excuses for them. And they told you that we're the ones that were so bad and we're the ones that were so wrong, that when they start showing you who they really are, you really don't believe it's happening to you, because they made you believe that you were better than us. You're better than the ex. By the time you realize that you've been abused and you're in a trap, it's too late. They have separated you from the people that love you. They've mind fucked you and made you believe things that are not true. They have manipulated you, conned you, taken advantage of you. They done took your money, fucked up your credit, messed around with your kids. They have done all horrible things. And then you wake up and be like, hold on, I'm in an abusive relationship too. Wait a minute, I'm a victim too. Hold on, why didn't I believe them when they said it? And it's because they played you. Now, see, we didn't have a choice because we were brought here. We saw them for who they were on the other side. We saw them then. Yes. But what you all did was they got you when you was over there. Before you even set foot on these shores, they showed you all kinds of things in the media to make you believe all these crazy things about us African Americans. You know, we lazy. We are. We're lazy, and we don't take advantage of the opportunities that we have here, and that we squander things. We haven't created anything. We haven't done anything amazing in history. And so they made you believe that you were special. They made you believe that you're different. You're not like them. Don't be over there with them. Don't listen to them. See, even at work, you know how when you get hired, they don't want you to discuss pay or responsibilities and stuff. Because see, what's happening is people are getting paid differently, doing the same work. Or one has more of a workload than the other, but you're getting paid less. As long as you don't communicate and talk, then you think that you're special. That's what they did to you. They told you that you were special. They said, don't go over there with them. As long as they can keep us separated and keep you believing that we're in the wrong, then you're going to do their bidding. You're going to now take the mantle and discriminate against us and hate us and talk about us and tell us that we're not good people and we are this and we are that. Everything that they've told you, you come back and bring it to us. So now they've manipulated you to the point where you actually do their dirty work. And then the election happened and you all showed up and you did exactly what they wanted you to do. And I'm not going to say not all, because you know, if you weren't the one that did it, then I'm not talking to you. So there's that. For those of you who did, you drank the Kool-Aid, you sipped the sauce, and you thought that you were different. And now look at you. Now you're looking at the ex-girlfriend to come and save you. You're screaming at the ex, why aren't you helping me? And the ex warned you. Child, we done sent the telegram, we sent the pigeon, railroad, the mailman, UPS, and FedEx. Child, we sent Morse code, everything. We told you that they're an abuser. We told you not to believe them. What you did was you believed them because you believed that you were special and you were different. And you believe that what they did to us would never happen to you. And I mean, it's in the history books. Whatever they do to us first, they then spill over and do to the immigrants. And then they spill over and do to poor white people. Like, the history is there. They don't have a new playbook. You just refuse to read. You refuse to believe what you see. And isn't that what happens? The abuser comes, and with their charm, they lure you in. And they tell you how special you are. Oh, you're not like the others. You're so different. You make my life better. What would I do without you? See, with that last one, this is what they did, and la-di-da-di-da. But with you, yeah, I'm glad you're here because you're nothing like them. That's how they get you. And then you get got. And that's why we've been in an abusive relationship the entire time we've been here since the journey of 1619. And we told you, and you didn't listen. And look at you now. Look at your ass now.
What can you threaten black people with that we haven't already lived through before? We already couldn't go to your schools. We already couldn't live in your neighborhood. We already couldn't shop in your store. We already had to sit in the back of the bus. We already filled out your jail. We already had our zip codes redlined. We already had our votes suppressed. We already had our families separated. We already had our men profiled. We already had our women objectified. What you think you gonna do new that's gonna be able to intimidate us? Black people got soundtrack music. Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we will fear no evil. It is their master plan to make you live in fear so you don't fight back, so you don't lift up your voice, so you don't kick against the prick. Fear is the only weapon that white supremacy has.
So welcome back, right? You've heard that. Those people are like your own people. And now here's what I have to say as my conclusion to all of these things now. A lot of people are now coming out from different parts of the world to say, oh, we are now allies with Black Americans, we are this, we are that. Oh, these people have helped us and all of that. Of course, there's no lies in it. Black Americans are very good people. They are wonderful people, right? It takes nothing to appreciate them. Now, I want you to know that the reason why so many of those people now coming out to say, oh, we are now your allies, is just because of the whole deportation and all of that happening right now in America with this new regime and all of that. So now a lot of people are beginning to take sides. They're beginning to say, oh, those people are nice people, we're supporting them, we're trying to be allies, and all of that. So in all of this, right, I'm not saying they're entirely wrong. I am not saying any of that. All I know is that there are elements of truth in what they're saying. But the big question I have to ask is, why are they beginning to find out now? Is that what they're even... Okay, maybe they said F around and find out. Probably that is what they're just finding out, right? Or probably hypocrisy, or maybe lies, or they're just looking for allies for real. But whatever it is, you guys fought for that country with your blood, with your sweat, with pains, with your life. Please guide yourselves. Watch out for yourselves. Love yourselves, hold yourselves together, right? Whenever there is an attack, whenever there's a police, whatever, come out in mass. Remember what the Haitians did when they wanted to come raid them the last time, that the ICE refused to come back. It was because of the unity they saw. They stood their ground and they said, no, you're not taking any of us. So this is what I expect from the Black American community. Support yourselves, love yourself. You can now bring out programs and all of that. I know most of those things are there. I'm not saying Black Americans don't love themselves. They do. But I think right now, love yourselves more, protect yourselves, and pray for the spirit of discernment to actually know when someone is genuine and when somebody is not genuine too. You need all of that at this time. But the thing is, I want you to know that with everything you're seeing every day happening, God is fighting for you people, right? We're getting close to people actually realizing, for real, for real, for real, these people were the one who built this country and they deserve it, deserve that. I know in due time, right, or in due course, a lot of things will be done to make you people happy. Do not lose yourselves, right? Just like I said, love yourselves, hold yourselves together, and that is what you know. Just bear it in mind that you guys have no one else but yourselves, right? First, before any other person. So I don't know. What do you think about this video? If you have an opinion, I would like to see it in the comment section. And if you don't have any opinion, do not forget to subscribe, like, share this video, and make sure to always turn on your notification button so you can see black videos like this on your timeline and watch every time. Do not forget to stay bold, stay global with Global Gist with BJ. I'll be back next time. Bye, guys.